All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to return to the upper limb for now. We're going to go toward the proximal component of the entire upper limb, which is the shoulder region. Here's the shoulder, here's the arm, and here's the forearm. In the shoulder region, we have what are known as rotator cuff muscles. And they're also abbreviated as SITS, S-I-T-S. So that would be supraspinatus, infraspinatus, teres minor, and subscapularis. From an anterior view of the left upper limb, we find subscapularis, which takes origin from the subscapular fossa. It will insert onto the humerus, as will the remaining rotator cuff muscles. Stop. So now proceeding to the back side, a posterior view of the left scapula. For reorientation, it's like this. Okay? So this is the left upper limb. Switching around, we have the muscles known as supraspinatus, infraspinatus, and also one called teres minor. Teres is a Latin word that means round. So it's a short, round muscle. There's also one called teres major, but it is not formally considered to be part of the rotator cuff. Now, supraspinatus, infraspinatus, and teres minor collectively externally rotate the humerus. The supraspinatus has an additional function in terms of reducing forward movement of the upper limb, as in overhead competitive sports. But that's a little bit above and beyond, so we'll leave it at that. Break. And now for the proximal segment of the upper limb proper. The proximal segment is the arm. And I can't possibly do this with the dogs making that, but no, that's all right. That's all right. The students, they're not going to be too concerned. Okay, but the dogs are making some noise, just so you know. Okay, now let's wrap up the arm, which is mostly review. Okay, in the arm we have a flexor compartment as well as an extensor compartment. The flexor compartment consists of biceps brachii. So what we now have is biceps brachii removed. Biceps means two head. Brachii means related to the arm. The arm, again, is from here. Okay. So from this angle, we have biceps brachii removed. That leaves us with brachialis underneath. That is deep to biceps brachii. Brachialis is also unique in that it does not originate from any part of the scapula. Instead, it comes off the humerus and then inserts onto. So this muscle is brachialis, and brachialis is the most powerful forearm flexor in any position. Biceps brachii, ironically, is not the most powerful forearm flexor. Rather, it's the most powerful supinator of the forearm. That's biceps brachii. Okay, up like that. Okay, that's what biceps brachii does. If you do that yourself, you'll notice a bulge right there, which is the main belly of biceps brachii collectively. Now, we're going to turn this around. Well, before we turn it around, we're going to cover one final muscle in the flexor compartment of the arm. That's called coracobrachialis. Coraco, meaning it comes from coracoid process. Brachialis, meaning that it inserts down onto the humerus. So coracobrachialis also is unique in that it does cross the shoulder joint, but it does not cross the elbow joint. Therefore, its action is going to be entirely upon the shoulder joint, and it is a rather powerful flexor of the arm relative to the shoulder. Stop, yeah. And now we're going to turn the upper limb around for a posterior view. And this view shows the one major muscle of the posterior or extensor compartment of the arm, namely triceps brachii. Triceps brachii has several origins. First of all, given the name triceps, it has three heads. There's a lateral head, a long head, and a medial head. The long head is unique in that it arises actually from the scapula, a landmark known as the infraglenoid tubercle. That's the long head. Then we have the lateral head, which comes off the humerus directly. And finally we have the medial head, which can't be seen on this model. But you do have the long head, the lateral head, and the medial head. Collectively, they insert onto the olecranon process of the ulna. Not the radius, but the ulna. And collectively, they extend the forearm relative to the arm.